Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to share a quick update. We recently did a complete relaunch of one of my most popular courses, The Digital Clutter Cure. And what an extraordinary experience we had with our newest group of students. We spent several weeks refreshing all the training that was inside this program and were able to help numerous students organize and optimize their digital systems. This experience reminded me yet again how powerful digital courses can be. Not just for me and my family, although yes, they do generate revenue for our business, but for the profound impact that they have on the lives of others. We received dozens and dozens of testimonials and transformation statements with people saying that this program was a game changer for them. And honestly, there's nothing more rewarding for us as course creators than knowing our courses are having that kind of positive impact. So for those of you out there who have been thinking or wondering, is creating a digital course right for me? Or do I have what it takes to create a digital course? Trust me, I've been there. I've asked myself all those same questions before launching my first course. And in today's episode, I'm excited to share with you some tips on how to determine if creating a digital course is right for you and provide some essential getting started steps. So whether you're an experienced coach or just beginning your entrepreneurial journey, this episode's for you. Hi, I'm Lydia. In 2020, I resigned from my corporate job and took a big leap of faith. I launched a business I had been dreaming about for a long time. I had so many questions when I first started and 0 people on my email list, but I was committed to one thing: taking massive imperfect action. Within 18 months, I had thousands of students in my courses and coaching programs and was able to retire my husband from his 30-year career to work with me. I'm still pinching myself that we get to run a 6-figure business while living a life we love. But the truth is, this overnight success did not happen overnight. For more than 2 decades, I let imposter syndrome, fear of failure, and perfectionism hold me back from my passions and purpose. What is it that you've been wanting to launch? In the Launch Perspective podcast, we share the mindset and the step-by-step strategies that will help you launch and scale the online business of your dreams so you can live life with more freedom and impact. It's time for a new perspective. Welcome to the show. A warm welcome to all of the coaches and aspiring entrepreneurs who are listening to today's episode. Are you ready to create an online course? If we haven't had a chance to meet, I'm your host, Lydia Martin, and today we're diving into a topic that I believe can change your life and your business. So grab a cup of coffee, take a seat. Let's uncover the unlimited potential that digital courses have to offer and walk through how to determine if you're ready for an online course. Digital courses are not just a trend. They are a transformational tool for anyone looking to add additional revenue to their life or looking to grow their business. It really is an opportunity to take control of your financial future because it gives you the personal freedom that comes with a scalable income. Digital courses have completely transformed the life of our family. It's allowed me the ability to retire my husband, homeschool our son, and travel to visit family any time of the year. And while it hasn't always been easy, the effort has been worth it. Digital courses allow you to scale your impact and income because even if you just create one course, you have the ability to reach thousands of people all over the world. It's something you can launch multiple times a year to reap rewards over and over again. It's not just about increasing your revenue, but it's about having the freedom to be creative and flexible with your time. And how many of you know that is priceless? If you're new to the podcast, you may not know my story. I spent 6 years dreaming about launching my own digital course business before finally taking the leap of faith in March of 2020. The very first course I created was the Digital Clutter Cure, and let me tell you, it looked very different back then than it does today. In fact, when I first launched the Digital Clutter Cure, it wasn't even built. I held a free challenge on Facebook, shared some tips, and had 95 students sign up for my $97 course. And I simply created the lessons for each week and delivered that course to my students over 5 to 6 weeks. Now, not everyone wants to launch a course before it's fully built, but it's essential to understand that the first version of your course does not need to be the final version. Since the first launch of the Digital Clutter Cure, I've updated it 5 or 6 times over the past 3 years, but I didn't wait until it was absolutely perfect before launching it. So are you ready to launch your course simply and easily with just a few topics or lessons, knowing that you can perfect it, tweak it, add additional resources over time? If you can adopt the mantra that done is better than perfect, then that will definitely help you as you're creating your digital course. Another thing to keep in mind is that you do not have to be an expert to create a digital course. Initially, I was nervous about creating a digital course related to digital organization systems and tools because I thought, how could I possibly know everything? And don't I need to be the top expert in order for people to be interested in hearing what I teach? But the truth is, you only need to be 10% ahead of your students. It's like climbing a mountain. Who's more likely to help you get to the top of the mountain? Is it the people already at the top, or is it those who are just a little farther ahead than you? Those who are just a bit farther ahead can reach back and help guide you through the next step of the journey. And that's how I think about that 10%. Even if you're 10% ahead of someone in their knowledge, their expertise, whether you're teaching dog grooming, gardening, or real estate, it doesn't matter. If you're 10% ahead of that curve that they have, you have something to share. So please don't underestimate the skills, the experience, your way of thinking, because the way you approach something could be so beneficial to your students that you aren't even aware of how transformational it will be. A great example for me is when I first started teaching digital organization, I thought everyone used bookmark folders. And after working with clients and having students in my program, I realized this was something very unique in the way that I organize my online content. So this became one of the lessons of my Digital Clutter Cure program, and I even created a free tutorial and guide that people can download from my website. I'll include a link to that in the show notes of this episode. But just from that experience, I learned that I should never assume what people know or don't know. That one tip we have received thousands of comments about as something that has revolutionized the way people work online. What is a process that you might do differently that you can teach someone? Now, you may be thinking, but I don't have any special certification or degree or something that says I'm an expert in a particular field. You do not need any of these things to create a digital course. You simply need one of 3 things. So as I share these 3 things, keep in mind that you do not need all of them. You just need one of the 3. The first option is a personal transformation story. Do you have a personal success story that could inspire and empower others? Maybe you've lost weight, maybe you're living debt-free, or you've healed your marriage through improved communications. These transformations can be the heart of a profitable digital course. For example, my Digital Clutter Cure program was birthed from my personal journey. Prior to 2013, I was completely overwhelmed by digital chaos and my lack of systems. But I committed to learning tools and strategies that would optimize my time and eliminate clutter. I had a complete transformation in my systems that impacted my life in such a profound way that I created a system that I could teach to others. Your personal success story is the only foundation you need to build a course you love. But the second option is a proven process for others. Perhaps you don't have a personal success story, but you've helped others achieve a specific goal. I think of a weight loss coach that just is passionate about nutrition and exercise who has helped their clients lose weight. Or maybe you're a different type of coach or a strategist or a service provider with a proven framework, blueprint, or formula. Imagine being able to share this framework with many instead of just one client at a time. By creating a digital course, you amplify your impact and ability to transform other people's lives. The third option is a mastered skill. What is something you excel at? It could be a natural talent that you were born with or something you've acquired through education or experience. Whether it's decorating, cooking, leveraging social media, or using a specific tool like PowerPoint, your expertise can be a course. If there is a complex skill that you've mastered, you can simply create a course that takes those complex concepts and simplifies it for your students. So think about the things that people always say, wow, you're so amazing at that. Or the things that people consistently come to you to ask questions about. If you've mastered a skill that they want to learn about, creating a digital course is the perfect way to generate revenue while sharing your expertise and experience with others. As somebody who loves to teach technology and tools, I have found this to be one of the most powerful ways to create digital courses. Everything that I'm learning online as I created the Digital Clutter Cure actually helped me create additional courses. I learned about tools like Canva, Ecamm, Kajabi, and because I love to make technology simple, I've created courses for all three of those tools. So think about the things that you work with every day where you could show others how you're maximizing that tool. Brainstorm some of these ideas, and I bet you'll think of a number of possibilities for a digital course. Now that I've shared 3 things that you can turn into a digital course, maybe you're wondering, where do I start? Well, I've included a number of free resources in the show notes of this episode, so be sure to check those out. Remember, friends, the journey to creating a digital course starts with believing in yourself and taking that first step. I know you have what it takes, and support is available to you. If you'd like to connect with like-minded aspiring course creators, I invite you to join our Facebook community at launchperspective.community. I'd love to answer any questions that you have and support you in your journey. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit. My encouragement to you as we end today's episode is to not wait. My only regret about creating a digital course is that I waited so long to get started. So check out the support materials in the show notes of this episode, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Launch Perspective podcast. Looking for more? Head over to launchperspective.com for show notes and quick links to the content and tools that we shared today. Want to stay up to date on new podcast episodes or ask a question that I answer on the show? You can do this and more at launchperspective.com. See you there.